Hello champions, it's me Kitty, or as most of you know me by my author name, K.M. Shea, and I am here for another fairy tale retelling. This one is a much shorter fairy tale because the last one was 17 minutes, which is quite frankly too long. So, no further ado, we're going to jump right into it. This week's fairy tale is The Golden Goose. I have it on the wrong side. Okay, there we go. There once was a man who had 3 sons. The youngest was called Dummling, which was the baby name of the year when he was born, obviously. And Dummling was on all occasions despised and ill-treated by the whole family. It happened that the eldest took it into his head one day to go into the woods to cut fuel, and his mother gave him a delicious pastry and a bottle of wine to take with him, that he might refresh himself at his work. As he went into the wood, a little old man bid him good day and asked him to share his food with him. But this clever young man said, "No, I should not have enough left for myself if I share with you. Be on your way." So the little old man went away, and the son continued on to the forest and began to cut down a tree. But he had not worked long before he missed a stroke on the trunk and cut himself and was obliged to go home to have the wound dressed. Now it was the little old man that had caused him this mischief, which is also known as assault and battery. Next went out the second son to work, and his mother also gave him a pastry and bottle of wine, and he met the same little man who again also asked him to share his food and drink. But the second son said, "No, if I share with you, I won't have enough for myself, so go on your way." The little old man took care that he should have his reward, and the second stroke that he aimed against the tree hit him on the leg, so the second son was also forced to go home. Though I am kind of wondering if all the wine drinking has something to do with their bad strokes. Dummling said to his father, "Father, I should like to go and cut wood too." But his father answered, "Your brothers have both lamed themselves. You had better stay at home, for you know nothing of the business." Which is another way of saying, "Dummling, you are dumb. There's no way you can do this." But Dummling was very pressing, and at last his father said, "Go on your way. You will be wiser when you have suffered for your folly." And his mother gave him only some dry bread and a bottle of sour beer. Obviously, we know who the favorite is. When Dummling went into the woods, he met the little man, who again asked him if he would share his food and drink with him. And Dummling said, "I only have dry bread and sour beer. If that will suit you, we can sit down together and eat it." So they sat down, and when the lad pulled out his bread, behold, it was turned into a pastry, and his sour beer became a delightful wine. And they ate and drank heartily together. Which, I want to know, this was Dumling's food for the whole day. So what is he going to do, like, later in the afternoon? He doesn't have anything to eat, which really concerns me because I love food, and I wouldn't be able to go a whole day without eating. So I don't know what he's doing, but you know, Kitty, fairy tale investigator, asking the important questions. When they had finished, the little man said, "As you have a kind heart and have been willing to share everything with me, I will send a blessing upon you. There stands an old tree. Cut it down and you will find something at its root." Then he took his leave and went on his way. Dummling set to work and cut down the tree, and when it fell, he found in a hollow under the roots a goose with feathers of pure gold. He took it up and went to an inn, because you know, when you take a morning walk to get to the woods, then you obviously can't return to your parents' home that night. No, you should definitely go to an inn and spend the night there. Whatever. So he took it up and went to an inn where he proposed to sleep for the night. The landlord had 3 daughters, and when they saw the goose, they were very curious to examine what this wonderful bird could be, and wished very much to pluck one of its feathers out of its tail. So at last the eldest said, "I must and will have a feather." So she waited till his back was turned, and then seized the goose by the wing. But to her great surprise there she stuck, for neither hand nor finger could she get away again. Okay, this obviously isn't like a quiet process, but like Dummling turns his back and then like doesn't hear any of it. Super observational. Presently in came the second sister and thought to have a feather as well. But the moment she touched her sister, there she too hung fast. At last came in the third, who also wanted a feather, but the other 2 cried out, "Keep away! For heaven's sake, keep away!" However, she did not understand what they meant. Apparently in this world, the thirdborns are always stupid, which I say being a youngest child myself. But yes, so she did not understand what they meant. If they are here, she thought, I may as well be here too. In other words, this is the first recorded rendition of, "If your friends jump off, will you jump off a bridge as well?" "Yes, I will." So she went up to them, but the moment she touched her sister, she stuck fast and hung to the goose as they did. And so they kept company with the goose all night. Which, for those of you who haven't met geese, they are not quiet creatures. So apparently Dummling slept through all of this, through these girls breaking into his room, through his goose like hissing and carrying on. Yeah, okay, heavy sleeper. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and call him a heavy sleeper. The next morning, Dummling carried off the goose under his arm and took no notice of the three girls, but went out with them sticking fast behind. Maybe he's not just a heavy sleeper, maybe he's just really focused. Wherever Dummling traveled, the three sisters were obliged to follow, whether they would or not, as fast as their legs would carry them. In the middle of a field, a parson met them, and when he saw them in the train, he said, "Are you not ashamed of yourselves, you bold girls, to run after this young man in that way over the fields? Is that proper behavior?" He then took the youngest by the hand and led her away, but the moment he touched her, he too hung fast and followed the train. Presently up came the clerk, and when he saw his master, the parson, running after the three girls, he wondered greatly and said, "Hello, hello, your reverence, whither so fast? There is a christening today." I find it really interesting that the clerk is the one who speaks most formally out of all the characters in this story. Then the clerk ran up and took the parson by the gown, and in a moment he too was held fast. As the five were trudging along, one behind another, they met two laborers with their mattocks coming from work, and the parson cried out to them to set him free. But scarcely had they touched him when they too fell into the ranks, and so made seven, all running after Dummling and his goose. I can't really make an excuse for Dummling anymore, dude. You are killing me. How could you not notice 7 people who are shouting to one another who are stuck to your goose? Like, come on, give me something to work with. I'm starting to think your parents' name was actually pretty spot on. At last they arrived at a city where reigned a king who had only one daughter. The princess was so thoughtful and serious that no one could make her laugh, and the king had proclaimed to all the world that whoever could make her laugh should have her for his wife. Which kind of makes me wonder, maybe that's why she doesn't laugh, dude. If you don't give her an option who she's gonna marry, I would be like, personally, I would feel pretty upset about that and would not be prone to fits of laughter. When the young man heard this, he went to her with his goose and its train, and as soon as she saw all 7 hanging together and running about, treading on each other's heels, she could not help bursting into a long and loud laugh. Then Dummling claimed her for his wife, the wedding was celebrated, and he was made heir to the kingdom, because making the princess laugh is definitely the most important thing you should look for in finding the future king. And together Dummling and the princess lived happily ever after. The end. I bet Dumling's gonna make a great king, because he was so smart. Wait. That's it for this fairy tale, guys. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it made you laugh. This fairy tale is actually talked about in my version of Puss in Boots. It's only mentioned in just one chapter, but I haven't gone over the original before, so that's why I thought it would be fun for us to review it. So if you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up in the area down below. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. And if you want more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel, because then you'll be alerted whenever I make one. So that's it for today. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, champions. And make sure to stay away from any golden geese. And share all your food with little old men. Okay, guys. Bye. Dummling set to work and cut down the tree, and when it fell, he found a hollow under the roots, in which a goose with gold feathers. He found a hollow under the roots. A goose with gold. Let's see if I can get this right. Dummling set to work and cut down the tree, and when he. No, I can't get it right. And when it fell, he found in a hollow under the roots a goose. Not a ghost, a goose.